So I'm here with the cast of Wrong. Welcome to the CELEBS.com studio here at Sundance 2012. Good movie, right?
Ours?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing, right?
Better than the others, you think?
People,
Probably best.
Yeah.
best one here.
Yeah.
You had your screening, your premiere on Saturday night. Tell me a little bit about the audience interaction, because this really is a film that I've noticed your audience, it's like this is kind of a cult following film. So I'm sure that they had really good questions. So talk to me about the audience interaction and your Q&A.
Well, Quentin was, our writer-director and everything else on the film. He kind of was leading the whole thing, and that was an experience in itself. Listen to Quentin deal with the people. Didn't you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by deal with the people?
The questions that were coming in and that. How do we describe Quentin in those moments?
Different.
Different.
He's,
yeah.
He's...
Maybe he was looking for questions that he could have answered better, I think. And there was...
Because any question about our movie that is around the concept of why did you write it like this, why did you do it like this, he really doesn't have any answers for you, because he just works from his gut and just creates his vision, his art, and he doesn't stand around going, now how do I get across my points, or what do I want to say with this?
Yeah, he knows exactly what he wants.
That makes a lot of sense to me, because people have been asking me, what's the movie about? And I say, I don't really know. I mean, I know it's about a man who loses his dog, but that's about as much as I am able to communicate, because the rest of it's just like a...
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Once
The rest
you
of
know
it...
that, it's a beautiful journey.
So how is that
and it's
for
all
you?
it's all in the details, in the interactions between the characters, and the very real life emotional moments that are in this very surreal, comical world.
Yeah, and the world itself is almost like a character. You know, it just sort of, you live in it, you know, at least I do watching it, even on the screen.
Still, everything makes sense at the end, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So how was that for you as actors, and how did the director communicate to you what the end result is supposed to be?
I know in my case that one of the most memorable things that he said was that approaching every scene as though the character had no history. So it was very fresh and a very different way of thinking and a very freeing way of acting, because it sort of made just every moment feel totally natural in a very unnatural setting.
I could see that. So while we're talking to you, Alexis, tell me about Emma, because I haven't seen you in a role like this before, and I think a lot of people know you from Entourage. So what were you able to explore with Emma that you maybe haven't been professionally before?
Well, I think Emma, a lot of what just sort of motivates her is love. I mean, I think from, just the get-go, she has this one conversation, and that's enough. That's enough just to want to be in love. And everything that comes from her comes from that place. Well, she's got some sort of habits that might be slightly annoying. They come from a good place. They come from like an innocent place, I think. And she's a very sort of innocent, curious girl who's very willing to accept whatever is handed to her as something beautiful.
And let's talk about Master Chang, William. How much of that character was on the script, and how much was created or improvised?
Well, his name is Master Chang,
Right.
And he's my dog, my life, my strength. That was all part of it. The rest of it, I don't know. I had a lot of fun sitting in my garage thinking about Master Chang, and just finding the rhythm of the guy.
Why your garage?
Because that's where the old wood shop is that I turned into my space that I hang out, and no one's allowed in there, especially my wife. Really wants to redecorate the place for me, and I'm like, no. That's why I painted the walls orange. So I hang out there and think about it. And I had a lot of fun thinking about this. But I liked it from the very beginning when I read the script. I loved the script. But I really liked the character. And Master Chang, and he's a white dude. I, of course, don't want to play it. I love it. My wife said, please get hair extensions, get a ponytail. So good call. Right. Good call.
Yeah.
And
I should have done that too.
In a few days, you can't. In a few days before I got playing around, hopefully found a vocal rhythm that's the right thing for the guy.
I mean, you did really create a character which I've never seen before, and it was hard for me to really pinpoint what the character was about. Like, where is that accent coming from? His dialect, his intonation, it was all very original.
I don't know myself.
From Germany.
I love it.
Well, I thought it was kind of more like Indian until like the third take on the set, and Quentin said, "I love, the German thing is cool." No, this is true. And then Joseph, our producer, said to me, like 2 or 3 takes after that, he walked by and he goes, "I love the Italian."
Yeah, that's what I
That
mean. You
makes
couldn't
an Indian
pinpoint it.
I'm like, oh, all right.
Works.
I just smiled and went,
But it was so consistent. I think that made it amazing.
well,
and
you know what?
very zen.
It's what was fun about the whole thing and putting it together was that eventually it's a rhythm thing, and I love that, and it's really great to find the rhythm of a character, because then it's not really about choices and individual things. It can just kind of fly, and I really felt like Master Chang just had a place, had a headspace, and to whatever degree I try to find that, and then just kind of have fun with it.
I think you did that well. Now, Jack, you played Dolph in the movie, and you were in Rubber as well as Wrong. So, for people who are Rubber fans, what do you feel like there's going to be a common denominator they're going to find in Wrong, if any?
As a film, you mean? Quentin is a very singular voice, and he has a tone that, to his films that you never see, and I think that's why this movie's so special, because, like, I call it a drama, but you're laughing and you don't know why. The laughs come from, yes, some crazy scenarios, but also just the most subtlest human behaviors that are totally realistic, but also not necessarily at all what you would necessarily do in that circumstance. Maybe you need to see the movie to understand what I just said, but the two movies live in that kind of tone of maybe you could say surrealism, but at the same time everybody's playing it so real, and it's just funny.
Right.
Both movies to me are hysterical if you'll jump aboard the train.
It is true. It keeps you in the moment because you have no idea. You have no idea what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
To where
we have
some
less
movies-
exploding heads in Wrong.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I hear.
Far
We could
fewer.
have used one.
Why are you looking at me?
Eric, what did you most enjoy about playing Victor?
Well, I would love to talk about my character for Emma, but I don't really know who this guy is actually. I know he has a strong French accent. He's a gardener, but I'm not sure if he's smart or dumb, and I'm not really sure where he's going actually. I just I accept when Quentin writes something, I just know I have to go there. I know I was pretty big in France at one time, and Quentin crushed my career in France. But thanks to him, I opened my art to something else, something different, and I'm very happy to be part of this project, actually.
So Quentin has obviously struck a chord with a niche audience. What do you think that chord is?
People who expect something different from cinema.
Yeah.
Something different, because now the movies you see on TV and in the cinemas, you almost expect who's gonna end up with who and what's the end gonna be. And with Quentin, you don't know what the next line is going to be. So it's a different cinema. Something, well, you'll be surprised.
It's also brand.
I loved my answer.
Your answer is brilliant.
I
was
can't even
glad.
speak after it.
Yeah.
I almost took a knee.
Oh,
Shit, was that good?
Maybe. Another question maybe now.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
Great.
No,
Well, congratulations, and thank you so much for your time.
oh, really?
Thank
So
you.
you stopped?
Well, that would be
No,
good.
it's
How do you
It's a
top it?
showstopper. I had a whole speech I can't even talk now. Fuck this.
I'm so sorry, Bill. Come on.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks.